Walt Disney World is doing everything they can to try to respond to Epic Universe. So what are they doing? Well, they're destroying Rivers of America and replacing it with a Cars-themed land, and they're getting rid of one section of Disney's Animal Kingdom. Which one? It's DinoLand. Well, Universal Studios has a response of their own, and it's hilarious. Let's talk about the entire situation here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me is dinosaur expert VashSky. Vash, what's wrong with the velociraptors in Jurassic Park?
They're too big. They should be much smaller. I believe there was a carnivorous dinosaur that could have been, that same shape and size, but it's not called a velociraptor. So there you go.
Yeah, I hear the Utah raptor is pretty big. I hear that. Yeah. Now, what we want to talk about, though, however, is a different thing that is going extinct, and that is Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama is now permanently closed at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This out of WDW and by, I almost said Shannon Ace, just out of habit. It's from Katie Francis. As the first phase of extinction for DinoLand USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the area known as Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama has permanently closed as of 7 p.m. on January 12th. It was a dark day at Disney. There it is right there. Triceratops spin appears to be down. Chester and Hester's there with it, and Fossil Fun and Games. Let's not forget about that. Look at that. Here it is, closing down on the last day. And it was made to look like a roadside attraction with carnival-style attractions, games, and more. It resembled a parking lot, as if the entrepreneurial pair set up shop to attract unsuspecting tourists. It was a kitschy idea and wasn't my favorite of the Disney Animal Kingdom themes, but it did stand out at Animal Kingdom because Animal Kingdom was kind of built in a way to kind of seem like you came across something here. Some of those more recently developed areas of the world were supposed to be represented there at Animal Kingdom. So you would get bizarre structures like power lines that don't look like they're supposed to be built up to code and things like that at Animal Kingdom. And Dino-Rama had a carnival-like atmosphere here, but dinosaur themed. I'm going to say, even as a person who was still young when Animal Kingdom opened, was not my favorite area. Although I could see, given free reign, maybe I could have a good time. Vash, will you be missing Dinoland USA here?
No, not at all. I must confess. Look, I grew up at a very interesting time. I grew up very young at a time when Imagineering was basically given carte blanche to whatever they wanted. And so I grew up in the era of like Indiana Jones Adventure, for example, where it's like, whoa, this really set the standard, set the bar for me. And that's kind of still the way I feel about a lot of this stuff. But then as that era kind of shifted into the 2000s, well, then budgets started being receded or pulled back. We all know kind of why that was. Combination of multiple things, Frank Wells passing and Disneyland Paris and all the stuff that happened that really, dimmed Imagineering's shine, so to speak. And I think this was an outgrowth of that era. So when I went to Walt Disney World for the first time, I believe that was 2001, 2002, if I'm not mistaken, and I see this amazing place that is Animal Kingdom, and so many great things brought to life in that first incarnation of that theme park. You come upon this and you go, what happened? like this is another DCA situation. The budget ran out. What is this?
Right. And then Dinosaur Countdown to Extinction. Sorry, Countdown to Extinction. Countdown to Extinction. Later replaced by Dinosaur Countdown to Extinction because of branding issues there. A branding idea there, probably from Michael Eisner himself there to brand the dinosaur movie, which is it is like the neglected stepchild of the Walt Disney animation canon there, much in the same way that I think The Wild is more widely recognized as a Disney animated feature than Dinosaur, because no one talks about Dinosaur unless it's for this attraction. That attraction, however, was one of the big draws at Disney's Animal Kingdom. That, Kilimanjaro Safari, and It's Tough to Be a Bug because of its presence inside the Tree of Life, which was a great idea there. That being said, as someone who was a big Disney fan at the time that this opened, it was a very different Disney park. And I am not necessarily complimenting it when I say that. I don't know. This is going to be one of the more thematically consistent Disney parks, and also it seemed to be a response to Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. Remember back in the day when the Disney company would actually acknowledge that companies like Busch Gardens could eat a little bit of their lunch there? What an interesting world we're in now.
Very interesting indeed, because I think a lot of people look at this with some fondness or nostalgia. Never quite understood why that was. I like the commentary here by Just Jake on X here. To those of you who are going to be missing DinoLand USA, let me tell you about this little theme park all across the country called Six Flags.
Ouch.
And yes, I would tend to agree with that. But
are there high-end Six Flags somewhere? Because most of this, I get it. There might be a really high-end Six Flags, but most of the Six Flags that I've been to have been on the in need of repair side.
Yes, and I think that they've earned that reputation over the years. I don't know if there's a very nice theme park. Nice Six Flags, so to speak. I think there are nicer Six Flags, but not very nice Six Flags. Despite what Salim Basul, the then CEO of Six Flags, was saying, talking about how we're going to beautify these parks. We're going to make them a family place. We're going to essentially Disneyfy these places. That didn't really work out. And then, well, Six Flags obviously was merged with Cedar Fair, in which Cedar Fair pretty much took over, leaving the Six Flags name. You can see right here, many people, hundreds of people, came out to see the last day of Chester and Hester's and some of these midway games and so forth, because obviously the next day, construction walls would be set up, and this area would be closed off there. So
those construction edges.
Yes, construction hedges, of course. And get used to this view, folks. There's going to be a lot of construction hedges all across Disney's theme parks at Walt Disney World in the coming years.
If I were a kid looking on the other side of that, I would think, man, that looks like a lot of fun. Now the rumor is, and I'm gonna be reporting on someone else's rumor here, so don't y'all say that Park Place put forward this rumor. That Park Place is reporting on someone else's rumor here. This one from Shannon Ace from WDW says that DinoLand USA will close in 1 year. That is consistent, by the way, and that's not to say it's confirmed by, but that is consistent with Disney Parks blog saying that you have through 2025 to experience everything there, to experience the dinosaur attraction here. They've got their own picture of the hedges right there. So what the reason for this video, of course, we want to document what's going on over there with Disneyland, is that Universal Studios came out of the mix and they had their own response. Vash, do you have that one?
I sure do. Let me go ahead and pull you over to my screen right here. This from Universal Orlando Resort. On the morning of January 13th, this 8 a.m. on my screen, so it was probably 6 a.m. or sorry, 10 a.m. Eastern. Get the time zones confused here. Universal Orlando Resort. If only there was a theme park with a dinosaur-themed area, rides, and dinos that you could meet. Oh wait, and then with a little emoji there with the side eye. This obviously is referring to DinoLand USA, which closed officially on January 13th. Disney has already, like we showed before, put up construction hedges, removed the entire land from theme park maps, braille maps, all of that. I mean, that land is completely gone. Universal Orlando putting in the dig right there, and I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, that the Jurassic Park River Adventure is a superior attraction to almost everything there at DinoLand. I get it. Dinosaur Countdown to Extinction. There are some great things about that ride, obviously built on almost the same ride system as the Indiana Jones, what is it, Temple of the Forbidden Eye out there at Disneyland. And there are some great things about it. But the river adventure right there, a lot of fun. Also, a little ride called Velocicoaster, which might be the best roller coaster in the Orlando area, depending on your tastes there. Could be outclassed by Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Obviously not dinosaur themed, but you could find some interesting creatures They're more furry or fluffy, as Hagrid might say. But there's also the kids Camp Cretaceous area out there. I don't know. I'm a big fan of what Universal is up to these days, but I'm going to say that Universal's dinosaur area was better anyways, and you can get into it for I don't want to say for a song, but it's over there at Islands of Adventure. You should check it out if you're really jonesing for some dinosaurs at a theme park.
River Adventure is, it's okay. I only say okay because I love the original incarnation of River Adventure, at least the one that was at Hollywood. It was awesome. And then obviously they duplicated it there at Islands of Adventure in 1999, 2000 area-ish there. Yeah. But my issue with River Adventure right now is that maintenance does seem to be a little lacking. I was a little disappointed when I went on River Adventure this past expedition out there to the Orlando area back in August of 2023. I will say though, you want a little step up from River Adventure, there's always Jurassic World, the ride over there at Disney. I'm sorry, not Disney's. I was going to say Disney's. Universal Studios Hollywood. It is absolutely fantastic. That is really, really, really something. Oh, go please.
Sorry, how does that compare to the Indominus Rex out there at the Shanghai park?
Oh yeah, okay. Now, okay, well, if we're including cross borders here, the Shanghai, Indominus Rex with the racing Tyrannosaurus Rex, that is some pretty stellar stuff right here. At least in the States, I don't know. I would say the Indominus Rex is extremely impressive at Universal Studios Hollywood. I mean, really, it is awesome. It is super cool, and you see it battling there with T-Rex just as you're going over the hill onto that amazing drop right there. But if you include Shanghai in the mix, that takes it to a whole nother level entirely. And hopefully, Islands of Adventure will be the benefactor of some of these additions and attractions coming there. That would be really, really cool. But I think this is, in some ways, this is Universal throwing shade at Disney in a particular direction, in a particular way, to say, hey, yeah, we're the Dino Kings of Florida. That didn't always used to be the case.
That's actually a really good point. Disney is giving up on dinosaurs at their parks, except for Gertie out there at Disney Hollywood Studios. And I'm going to say, or is that the name of the one sitting in Echo Lake over there?
Yes.
I forget the name of the one where they're selling ice cream out of the dinosaur out there, right next to Indiana Jones. Wow, that's going to be embarrassing if I got that wrong. I've never actually cared to memorize the name of that dinosaur, and now the comment section will let me know. With that being said, though, Vash, I kind of cut you off there.
Yes, I'm currently looking right now to see if Gertie is the dinosaur in Echo Lake. Yes, it does look to be Gertie. So okay, I think we got that.
You gave me scared me for just a second. Like, oh no, the comments are gonna hate me on that one.
Yeah,
all right.
Hey, you know this stuff better than I do. The very minute intricacies of Walt Disney World. Sometimes I have a little bit of trouble recalling those, at least at the moment. But look, Disney used to be the prevailing force when it came to big audio-animatronic dinosaurs. I mean, that was going back to 1964-65 World's Fair with the Ford's Magic Skyway, then brought over to Disneyland to make it part of the Primeval World section, and then lovingly recreated for the 1982 Epcot debut at Universe of Energy. I mean, they really used to be the Dino Kings. And now, like you said, Disney's giving up on dinos, and Universal, well, they're taking a bite where they can, so to speak.
I totally agree with you. Now, let's throw this to our commenters here. What do you think about Universal having one of those accounts in which they feel free to take implied little passive-aggressive pot shots over there at Walt Disney World? Love to know your thoughts on that. There's a long history of that from the Universal Studios X or Twitter account, depending on how you name it, much like Disney's Hollywood Studios versus Disney MGM Studios. Like this video, of course, if you like this video, and if you haven't done it yet, consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.